Hey everybody, Casey Transformed here again, and today I have the Universe Voyager class Autobot Blaster. Sorry, voice got choked up a little. The Universe Voyager class Autobot Blaster, who's a repaint of the Voyager Cybertron Soundwave, as you can see. He's kind of got a stealth bomber thing going for him, as you can see with the wing shape and how the vehicle looks. The vehicle is a bit broken up though. The wings and all this look pretty solid. Here it's alright. Then you look back here and it's kind of just a mess. Especially if you lower these down. Yeah. These help a little, but you can still kind of see how chunky it is. And on the bottom, yep, just arm, head, chest. At least the legs are pretty well hidden into here though. And it definitely has Blaster's colors. They have a little too much black for his vehicle mode, but it'll be solved in robot mode. I think it looks really good. You got lots of paint apps all through here. All through here. I kind of wish it went up here too, but the wings themselves have a lot of paint apps. This part too with two Autobot decos, even along here. With the red spikes, the black, the silver. And of course down here you can see on the what will be a chest. Now he does have a bunch of accessories. These three canisters. Now each of these, his gimmick involves the Cyberplant key, of course. I don't have his original, I'm just using the Speedplant key. The slot is up here. You might have to move the wings out of the way to make room for the key. It's really hard to get the key in. Let me try to show you this from the bottom. Because when you put the key in, it causes his chest, what will be his chest to open up, just like the G1. Kind of cool to put the gimmick in, but at the same time it kind of sucks that you can't just open and close it. Well, you have to keep putting the key in and out, and it's really big pain in the ass. Any of the canisters will fit in there, but of course I'm going to put this canister in since this is, I believe he's called Rock Block. He's just a repaint of Laserbeak. Basically he is Laserbeak, just like reversed colors. Of course you put him in. Oh, god damn it. That key really is really hard to get in and out. Now the cool thing is if you actually leave it like that, it's almost like a stealth bomber dropping a bomb. So of course you can close it, and you can only hold one canister at a time because how big and bulky they are. But you can hold them. You can also take these, and there's these two spots right meant for just for them. You can see these little rivets. What you have to do, at least for this one, you have to, you know, fold that part out and then line it up. There's a little rivet in there to where it can actually slide on. You do it properly. There, like that. This one's a lot harder to stay on because how its rivets work. This one you don't have to fold out a gun. There. And there they are, they're locked in just fine. But because of how big they are, he's no longer sitting on his wheels, as you can hear. He's now sitting unevenly on these, which kind of sucks. As far as pieces that can go missing, of course, there's the three canisters. This part right here, this black part, pops off really easily. So watch out for that if you're looking for this figure. Of course, the head can pop off too, and probably the arms. But the biggest piece, 4 pieces in particular, are the 3 canisters and this piece right here. Let's see. Here, for comparison, here's Cybertron Hotshot. Even though he's big for a deluxe, he's still not nearly as big as this guy. And there's just lots of detail on him. And you got all this little like scanner thing here. You got the, I guess you could call it the cockpit here. Got this nice yellow wire detail. Like I said, all the details in here that are painted, and it looks really good. Heck, the detail on that chest there. Look more into that later. Even on here, where you this in robot mode becomes the back. So you can, but there's still a lot of detail. This is what I loved about Cybertron. So let's transform him. I'm just going to remove the canisters. Alright, so how do you transform him? Actually, I'm just going to zoom through transformation because that'll just be easier. And there he is in robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and talk about one of my main gripes. As you saw in the short explanation, I just pulled this piece straight off. I wasn't trying to, I was trying to put it on its hinge. But no matter what I do, it always just pops straight off, so... Basically, anytime you transform it, or even just move the figure around, this will pop off extremely easily. It's just because it has this clear... Both pieces are clear plastic, and they are not very solid when clicked together. As you can see, it doesn't even want to go back in. As ironically, it pops off so easily. And I'm just going to go ahead and get my gripes with the figure out of the way. First off, the head. Great for Soundwave, but this is not Soundwave. I get that Universe was almost completely repaints, but they should at least done something about the eyes. Even just put like a yellow streak in there where it has more eye-looking thing. And, you know, shave the horns off. Just, the head just does not work for me as Blaster. The entire front of the... Usually, Cybertron's really good about the kibble, but this one in particular just... I don't know, it just has the kibble hanging off. I mean, there it is in vehicle mode, there it is in robot mode. This piece isn't as bad, at least you could say it's like a shield or some kind of even scanner because of the blue plastic that you can see through. But with how easily it pops off and how you really can't do anything with it, it's kind of actually a little worse. One more gripe I have are the feet. They work, I mean, he can stand, but if you were to, I can't really show you this, but if you were to come down here and see how the heels and the feet work, you kind of have to push them down to get them flat. Because they both can go up slightly further than they need to. Then, of course, there's the canisters. Now, one thing that kind of sucks is these wing parts are one big piece. Nothing comes apart anywhere. Which kind of sucks because you're basically just stuck with this big block on his back. It looks good, I mean, there's a lot of detail, it just kind of sucks a little. And I'm guessing maybe the reason for this is because of the gimmick, which is where I kind of wish they had just had it normal where you could just pull it up and close it, and maybe have a clip that holds it on, rather than this. But of course, you can put the Cyberplant key in. Even though it's easier to get to, it's still a pain in the butt to do. And when you do it, you get the canister. I don't really do this gimmick too much, even though it's usually my favorite gimmick on the tape characters, just because of how hard it is to do. And of course, each of the canisters kind of does it differently. This one kind of looks more like a battery. This one kind of cheats by having a huge shell on it, but it does have lots of details on that shell. And this one kind of tries to do it as legit as possible. There's parts where it looks solid. Of course, there's a part where you can kind of see it's a bird, but it's only in one spot. I've seen worse. This one's actually my favorite just because of how solid it actually looks. Now, these two are guns. What you do for these two is you just flip around. This one's is the simplest because you just flip these around. And, 1 second. God, I hate getting that handle out. This blue piece is really sunken into here. I feel like I'm... here, can I use the key to get it out? Okay, I got it out a little bit, just enough that I can probably grab it. I really hate this little piece here because, first off, it doesn't even add that much to the gun, and it's just a pain in the butt to get out. But there it is. Kind of thin looking now, but it does look like some kind of electric gun. And as for the other one, this one's kind of like a shotgun. What you do is you take the whole shell, and it actually flips around like this on this little part right here. Then you're going to flip this forward. Wait, this is the top of the gun. And just like the other one, this one has really hard one to get. These two are really hard to get. One good thing is this blue piece, if you flip it back in, you can actually get the handle out and then just push the blue piece back down. And as for that one, I usually actually have to end up using the other gun to push it out. This piece is really stiff for some reason. Maybe I should loosen that screw up a little. But there you go, there's his two guns. Now we'll get to Rock Block in a moment, because there's a lot of things you can do with these guns. Of course, you can put them in his hand. There we go. But as this is originally Soundwave, you can see there's a peg hole right there. And it works best with this one. You can actually peg it in to there. And even kind of based on it, just like if you only had one of these, it kind of actually looks like Soundwave's original gun. At least the sculpt kind of does. It kind of just looks like a triple barrel version of it, which is actually kind of cool. And of course you have this, which kind of reminds, I wouldn't call it a shotgun because that's what it kind of looks like to me. Last but not least, we have this. This one's probably the coolest because of how it actually has a full transformation. What you do is fold these out, and you fold out the little parts of it to make the wings, and it has kind of VTOL wings. Then you actually come in here, pull out the tail, pull out the head, and you just fold out the feet. And yeah, he does not have good balance. He can stand just fine, but if you touch him, he'll probably fall over. Mostly because of how back heavy he is. But there is Rock Black, or I'm just going to call him Laserbeak because that's what he looks like. And that's who he is originally. He is freaking Laserbeak. Now, while he does have a lot of sculpting and paint, there is a lot of problems with him. For one, for some reason, these pieces can rotate completely. Making it, and it wouldn't be so bad, but they're loose, so a lot of times you end up with stupid looks like this. You can kind of say he's about to grab something, but when they go so far like this, then it just gets really bad. No paints on the head, but good sculpting for it. As you can see, the VTOLs are completely sculpted, and there's even a little bit of feather markings on the wing parts to make them more like wings. And overall, he's actually pretty cool if it just wasn't for, all this. Mostly because it gets in the way of this peg here. As you can see, it ends up making the peg not be able to be used, which is needed for certain things. Now, if you remember, there's a lot of peg holes on him because you can put the guns and, of course, Laserbeak on a lot of different places. There's these two up here where you can kind of work. It works best with Laserbeak. You can kind of have him just kind of look like he landed on his wing. You can even fold the wings up a little, kind of makes it look like he just landed. You can, his peg actually works for the fit in the hand. My favorite, I have to move his gun out of the way or else the look isn't right. There's a peg hole on his side of his arm that's perfect for having it look like Laserbeak. And again, this works better if you have the Soundwave mold, but of course, since it's a repaint, the whole gimmick carried over. You can actually have it look like Laserbeak just landed on his arm, and he's speaking to him. I can get look better than this. I don't feel like messing around with it too much. Then of course, you take this gun, you can peg it up here. You can peg it in his arm, put it in his other hand. Here, hold on. Let me actually get this one out of the way. And you can even actually fold his feet down. And there it is. The only other thing I can go over is articulation, which ball jointed head, which is pretty good. I'm just going to do the articulation with Laserbeak there. He has a hinge here from transformation on his arm. Of course, has a really good ratchet outward swivel. Kibble gets away with both arms, but they have the exact same joints. So bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. His legs ratchet outward. Ratchet a little forward. Ratchet in the knee. Really good ratchet too. Swivel. From how he transforms, he does have this joint, but it's not really useful to make it look like he got hit in the leg. And with how his transformation works, you can say he has ankle articulation. But it's not really useful. But yeah. This is Blaster. I would not use him for my classics. I would not say he belongs in your classics collection. I'd say pick him up if you like the Soundwave mold. But in all honesty, I would get the Soundwave version from Cybertron. I think how the colors and all that work a lot better than this one. This one's still not bad. He's still a good figure, but it would work a lot better if he was in Soundwave's colors. Especially since the vehicle probably wouldn't look so broken up either, because it would be a lot more blue and gold. Instead of like 3 or 4 different colors like we have here. But I really can't hate this figure. He's a lot of fun. He has a lot of cool little gimmicks. I still wish the chest didn't rely on the key gimmick, because then I could, pop it open and close it really easily, but oh well. But yeah, he has everything you probably want from a Soundwave, and honestly, if you're a customizer and got him a different head, I'd say go for it. He probably could work for some people as a classics blaster. As kind of a reinvented blaster. Because he also was an intelligence officer. So, yeah, I'd say pick him up if you like him. I think he's really cool. I think he can be a lot of fun. Just watch out for those parts. This is KC Transformed, and I'm out of here.